And welcome to what I'm going to call the Bake Off inspired Battenberg video. I have got my recipe in front of me and I'm basically going to talk you through what I'm doing, and then I'll show you bits and bobs that I'm doing as well. But I did have to go and buy some things this morning, so I went to the shop as you saw in the previous clip, and I had to go and get some ground almonds, some almond extract which is here, and some pink food colouring which I need for the second part of the video. So I hope you enjoy, and this is going to be the Battenberg. First thing I've actually done is I've lined my baking tin. I actually bought this today, so I've given it a quick wash and then I've just put some paper in it. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to get the paper to stick, but I mean, I'm just going to compromise and hope that that stays as it should. If I really have to, I might put like some butter between the layer just to keep it upright. But yeah, so that's that, and yeah, we're going to crack on with the recipe. For this recipe, you need 175 grams of butter, 175 grams of golden caster sugar, 140 grams of self-raising flour, 50 grams of ground almonds, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 3 eggs, and some vanilla extract and almond extract. So fingers crossed this works, because I only have 6 eggs, so I'm hoping the first round goes really well. But it basically says that you need to put the butter, sugar, flour, almonds, baking powder, eggs, vanilla and almond extract into a large bowl and beat with an electric whisk until the mixture comes together smoothly. So I'm just going to weigh out all my ingredients into here, and then it's going to go into my trusty mixer, and yeah, we'll crack on. So I'll let you see that in just a moment. Thing that I'm just going to mention, instead of using golden caster sugar, I am just going to use normal caster sugar, because I couldn't bring myself to buy golden caster sugar this morning, purely because I have caster sugar, it's just not golden. So I am just going to try using normal caster sugar for this recipe. So that's my mixture minus the eggs, so I'm just going to crack the eggs into there and then we're going to add it to the beater. Voila, 3 eggs. Mixing away. Okay, so that's what it currently looks like. Obviously, I need to do a bit of work just making sure it goes to the edges, but that's currently what it looks like. And then the recipe says to spread it to the corners and bake for 25 to 30 minutes. When you poke in a skewer, it should come out clean. Cool in the tin for 10 minutes and transfer to a wire rack to finish cooling while you make the second sponge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the oven for 25 minutes, have a look at it. I'm just going to check my oven's at 180 160, it says 160 fan. So 160 fan on your oven, unless you have a gas, in which case it's 4, gas number 4. And yeah, I'm going to put that in for 25 minutes, have a look at it, see if it needs another 5 minutes, and then if it's ready, it'll come out. So fingers crossed. Difference the second time round, you basically make the same sponge again, but you do add some pink food colouring. So, I don't know how easy this is going to be to show you. I'm going to put about that in and hope that that's okay. But yeah, quite a bit of pink in there, but I want it really pink if I can. It's pink! I now know how bakers feel when they're on Bake Off, because I'm literally sat by the oven trying to look at the cake, but because I've put it on the top shelf I can't see it, so I feel like Bake Off right now because I'm just sat by the oven. Cake number 1's come out the oven. It's kind of golden on one side and pale on the other, but I did nearly drop this on the floor because I forgot that the tin's actually got a removable base. So it did come out the tin a bit early. It was supposed to stay in the tin for another 10 minutes, but it's out the oven and it's looking pretty good. So we're going to get on with the other one. Adding the mixture part 2. This is the pink version. Okay, so it says to trim an edge, so I'm going to just kind of trim that bit off and hope for the best. Right, and then it says, just going to have to move my camera momentarily, barely trim 2 opposite edges from the almond sponge. I mean, sure. There you go, that's taken a little bit off. And then well trim a 3rd edge. Well, I think that's pretty good, to be honest. And then it says to cut it into 4. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, I can probably go a bit wider. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably about right. A couple of bigger, a couple of smaller. It's fine. So I need to also trim this one. So let's get the edge of that one off. Oh, I cut quite a bit off there. Edge of that one off. Okay, I need to do the same again. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. That one's a little bit thick. I'm going to trim a tiny bit more off there. Okay, so that's 2 Battenbergs cut into 4 pieces each. So then I need to put them on a plate and assemble. So I'm going to use a trusty plate. Bear with. Okay, so we have 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces. That will be my Battenberg. I may have to trim the ends to neaten it off a bit, but that will be 1 Battenberg, and then we will have another one ready in a moment. Okay, and then I've got to roll out the marzipan. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is roll out your marzipan. I'm going to do that because my camera won't stay still, and then I'll be right back. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit of the jam. It does say to warm it up, but I'm going to try it without warming it up because if I'm honest, you know, for me personally, I don't feel I need to warm up jam. So I'm just going to do this so that it sticks together. It does say to use apricot jam. I only have strawberry in my flat at the moment, so I'm just going to try it with strawberry. This is seedless jam, so we should be a-okay. I believe it's seedless. If it's not seedless, then I mean, you know, it's my take on a Battenberg anyway. So then that can go on the top of there. And then what I need to do is I've got to get this layer stuck together. And like I say, this bit doesn't matter too much if you're a little bit messy, because you're not going to see this bit because it's all going to be encased in your marzipan. On this occasion I haven't made my own marzipan. I might try and make marzipan at a later date, but I just thought for the purpose of this video I will not make my own marzipan. I will cheat. But you know, you can make your own marzipan if that's something you feel you should do. I haven't. I know the bakers would have done on Bake Off, but I didn't. I've cheated. So I've done the sponges, which I think is going to be fun enough anyway. So right, see if we can get. Okay, so I've put the jam in the middle. I did have a little gap in the bottom. Okay, let me show you what I've done. Okay, so I've laid it on the marzipan. Obviously I've now got to wrap the marzipan around it. I'm going to hope to goodness, I'm going to hope that that wraps quite well. Looks quite big compared to the marzipan, but I'm going to see how it goes, so fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. Definitely haven't got enough marzipan there. I'm going to try turning it on its side. No, definitely have not got enough marzipan to wrap around that way. Let's try that way. Can always do some touch-up work. The problem with marzipan is if you dry it out too much. I've just cut a slice off the end, and that is my Battenberg. So very happy with that. Not too bad, quite nice and neat as well.